I love D&D, but I'm an adult. And finding a consistent play group over the last few years has proven quite difficult. So when I found out you could play D&D by yourself as a solo RPG, I was really excited. But even though I still couldn't just play, here's how perfectionism almost stopped me from playing and what I did to eventually overcome it. So for years I've been watching shows like Dimension 20 and Critical Role and thought, man, that's so cool. I want to experience campaigns like this, these very compelling characters, this great narrative with a bunch of friends, right? So I watched videos on world building, on character builds, all the good stuff, without actually playing a lot of games, because scheduling with other adults that have a family and a job is really, really difficult. A couple of months ago, I found out that you could play RPGs by yourself, and that seemed like the perfect solution. I didn't need any scheduling. I didn't have to worry about a group or anybody else's feelings. I could just play by myself the way I wanted to, and I could theoretically play every day. But instead of actually just playing the game, I turned it into a research project. I started to look at different systems. I started to look at different oracles. I started to look at journaling techniques. I watched countless YouTube videos. I read Reddit articles. I read Substack actual play newsletter articles. And I haven't played a single game. Don't get me wrong, I learned a lot, but still, that's not the point. So eventually I just picked a system and thought, all right, let's go. But now I was thinking how to have a better playing experience. So I started to look at minis. I started to look at battle maps and how to build my own terrain. All the stuff you need for a good campaign. And I eventually realized I've known about solo RPGs for weeks now and still haven't actually played. And I think the worst detour was when I actually printed out the PDF and I had a bunch of loose papers that I wanted to make look adequate. So naturally, I bought a bookbinding kit off Amazon and went down another rabbit hole of bookbinding. I read somewhere that procrastination is the result of self-doubt. And while that might not be true for everybody or in every scenario, I think it was very true for me in this case. Because I've been wanting to play for so long that if I started, I wanted to do it right. I eventually set myself a challenge. I was going to play every day for 30 days for at least 20 minutes and just see how it goes. At the point of making this video, I'm about 5 days in, and it's been really fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nothing like those videos I watched. It's not at all like, for example, Me, Myself, and Die, but it's still fun. It's very awkward, I have long pauses, and I sometimes have to think for minutes what the oracle now means or what I want to happen in the story. But I think about the third session, things started to connect. I had things happening on day 1 or 2 that suddenly connect in surprising ways to things that are happening in my current play session. Almost like foreshadowing in a book that I'm reading. And that's really, really cool because now I'm actually experiencing these stories by my own making. I mean, I'm still doing research, but now it's much more focused. When I encounter a question or a problem in my play session, I can go watch videos, I can go ask Reddit, and I can actually use this to improve my playing experience rather than just guessing what I actually need. Even these imperfect sessions, they're still quite satisfying. I have been having a lot of fun the last few days, and I wanted to share this experience with you because I saw some articles on Reddit while doing research about other people that have trouble starting to play, and I imagine a lot of people are maybe getting in their own way. I know it sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, all I really needed to do was show up and start playing. If you'd had similar experiences, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like, you can, subscribe to the channel, do the usual YouTube stuff, and watch my videos about a beginner trying to get better at solo RPGs. See you next time.